Hello and welcome to Robin's Roundup with me, your host Jake Matho, Mahout as some people say, or even Craig Marn, and I'm joined by Tom Langford, one of my flatmates. Hi Tom.
Hi mate, how are you?
I'm good, yeah. We are usually accompanied, we will be usually accompanied by Sean Cole and Sean Fisher as well, so shout out to them. They're our flatmates and it's something we plan to do together as the Ashton United media team.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, it's great to work for the club and fantastic to get this show underway.
Yeah, it would be really good because it's something that we want the fans to get involved in as much as we can, as a little bit of a link between the actual football team themselves and the fans who want the team to do just as well as we do, because we have so much fun working for them and we just want the best. So we're going to reflect on it, and hopefully you can get involved too. So without further ado, we're going to get stuck into the last game. A bit of a reality check for the Robins, who had a bit of a tough season, but South Shields, they came and visited us and it was a bit of a, I don't know how to put it. It wasn't great.
It wasn't great, like you said, it was a reality check. You know, they were coming into the game top of the league. They've been there for so long this season. They comfortably turned us over at their place, 3-0 win, and they comfortably did it again, you know, a 2-0 win. Didn't really look like we tested them all. I don't think we had a shot on target during the game, so that's something that's very worrying to see. Very much a reality check after some positive weeks for Michael Clegg.
They were, yeah, as you say, Michael Clegg, new manager. 4 games in charge now. We have seen a big improvement, a big change from the performance on the field to what we were seeing that has got us into the position as to where we are now. Second bottom in the league. It's not going great. We have got games in hand, quite a few, and now we've got Clegg in charge, who seems to have just some aura about him that even makes us more confident, doesn't it?
It does indeed. We were travelling down to the South Shields game, and we actually felt like we were going to win for once. You know, he has brought, like you said, an aura of confidence around the club. He's brought that little bit of mojo back, and I feel everyone who works for the club and kind of knows Michael himself can feel it. You know, he's a very positive guy, he's got a very positive mental attitude, and I feel that's going to help the squad massively.
It's not just him, is it, as well? It's like the whole
staff
that he has brought with him have just been... They've been great with us, as they have, I assume, been great with the players, because it is showing on the field. As much as the results haven't been great, because we've got 1 point in the 4 games, it was a solid draw at Staley Bridge. The defence has been good. The defence has been really good recently. Like, first game was a bit, because I mean, all of the games seemed to go really well in the first half, albeit the 2-0 South Shields. And in the second half, it just seems to break away a bit.
A little bit.
It's early days, but like, it is definitely promising with the defence. It's just whether we can get something. I know Clegg's been keen to tell you when you're interviewing him, we need a striker. I mean,
we need someone to put the ball in the back of the net. The defence has become more resolute over the past few weeks. Obviously, his first game in charge was Baseford. The first half there, we limited him to very little. Second half again, different story. Staley Bridge on New Year's Day, fantastic defensive performance. FC, we were unlucky to come away with without at least a point.
The red card seemed to change it.
The red card definitely did seem to change it, so it was kind of taken out of our hands, because I think it was something like 30-40 seconds after the red card's given, they go and score. So it has a massive impact on the squad and
just hits your confidence, really.
Exactly.
It didn't specifically have a direct effect as to the goal. It was just the fact that as soon as we scored in the 88th, 89th minute, something very late, you think that it's all on Ashton to maybe go and nick it.
Exactly.
And then FC come down the other end and a smash into the player from Stephen Rigby, as said by some, was hardly even a clip in the end, as the clip shows.
As literally the clip shows,
And ultimately it did seem to cost the game, because we were on the back foot immediately, because FC United were, rightly so, confident that they could do something because they had the extra man. And all credit to them, because they did do what they needed to do. And the scenes afterwards were incredible for them. It'd be nice to see something for us. And I feel like the way we're going in the past few games, it is looking a lot more promising.
There's definitely been a turning point, and you can see it. You know, coming to the last game, South Shields, second half we actually dominated the ball. Michael said it in his interview. He was very pleased to see that his side had dominated the ball. Just struggled in that final third, and it was just sloppy, misplaced passes. And I don't know what that is. It's whether it's a personnel issue or potentially just something confidence. You know, you think back, the two started up top, Stephen Thames and Josh Wilson. Thames' last goal came against Spennymoor in the FA Cup qualifying round. Think how long ago that was.
Exactly.
He just needs a goal, get himself going again, get a bit of confidence. I think that's for most players as well. You know, one player I would have liked to have seen on Saturday. I don't know why he wasn't playing exactly, but I imagine it was injury or illness. Was Aaron Smith? I think since he's come back in, he has been excellent. And you know, when we did lose him initially to Curzon, it was
heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking, mate. It was.
It was heartbreaking, but then, like you said, his impact was incredible. I mean, second to none. He scored 3 minutes after coming on.
In FC, yeah.
My first goal in FC,
yeah.
and I must say I haven't been at every game because of other commitments with work and stuff, but it's really, really fun being back here and being able to work so much more now. And hopefully, I'll be a bit more of a good look home in the future.
I mean, both me and you and Matt Clayton, who does the commentary with me, all have dire records at this club.
Yeah.
We're probably like the reason they are doing that. It's just a really like unlucky charm for everyone.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, we'll bring a lot more positive spirits to you as the season goes on, and as much as we can't help off on the pitch itself, we'll do all we can off the pitch to bond more of a relationship if we can, and to get you involved. And that will actually lead us very nicely into something that we've come up with in order to get you more involved into this whole show. It's something that you can hopefully have a little think about whilst you're at home. A little game we've called
Mysterious Grounds.
Take it away.
Oh, mysterious ground, whose ground are you? Whose ground are you, baby?
Right, so I hope you like the little jingle that we've composed. Basically, this is a little game that is going to be done as much as we can, where we're going to include the teams that are all in our division with us, and I or you or anyone else that is on this show will have the luck of being given a football stadium that they must explain, describe, without actually saying the stadium's name. I am going to do this to kick things off. It's tricky for us because apart from Ashton United, we haven't really got the full knowledge of the Northern Premier League, and so I'm sure, I'd be very surprised if we have more knowledge than the people that will be watching this, because I feel like you will have had a lot more knowledge on the grounds, and I would feel like that's a safe thing to say. So honestly, if we don't get things right, don't worry, it's just because we're getting used to it. But I found these points for a specific stadium. Have a little think, and it's just a little game for you to play. So the little points I had for this stadium were that they were founded in 1896, which is something that probably is with a lot of stadiums. So it's not a very narrowed down statement. They have a 3,000 seater capacity. It's not a 3,000 seater. Oh, that was not right.
3,000 seater?
No.
Was that not correct?
No, that was not correct.
Right, okay. Come on, try again, mate. Come on.
They have a 500 seater stadium.
Right.
Although it does allow a capacity of 3,000.
Like standing and stuff.
Yeah. However, fact that, I mean, if you know this and if you can get it from this fact, then fair play to you. Hats off to you, because it's a cracking fact, but I would never have got this, and I would be very surprised if you do.
Okay.
They may be a 3,000 capacity seater,
right,
including this
500 seated. Yeah.
I
know what you mean, mate. Yeah.
500 seats, 3,000 overall. However, in 1975, for an FA Cup third round match against Rotherham, 8,536 people turned up.
Ooh.
Yeah. They are the facts I've got.
Okay.
We have not played them yet. If that is another fact that will help you out, we have not yet played them in the league. and by we I mean Ashton United. So that is the game that we have for you. The stadium is a 500-seater stadium. It has an utmost capacity of 3,000. Yet in 1975, an FA Cup third round match against Rotherham, over 8,500 people turned up to watch the game, and Ashton United are yet to play them.
That's the last clue kind of gives it away, because you can kind of not gives it away, but I'm kind of thinking
Narrows it down.
who we've not played yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I mean, do you want to narrow some things down for the watchers?
Well, we've not played Morpeth home or away yet, so that's one team. Trying to think if there's anyone else we've not played home and away
No.
yet. There's definitely someone else.
There is someone else.
Okay.
Which probably gives it away even more.
Probably gives it away even more. It's fine. I'll have a think. Let me have a think.
Or am I double bluffing?
Oh, and I've got it right all along.
Mm.
Wow, crafty that, mate. Crafty.
Yeah. Anyway, he says Morpeth because it's the only team he can think of on the top of his head who played home and away. So fair enough, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong, I'll come back to it at the end of the show. Although I would advise you to keep thinking if that's what you thought it was too.
Great.
So that was our little game. I hope you enjoyed it. So that leads us on to our next topic, which is the only way is up.
The only way is up, baby.
Basically, what we want to achieve here is, regardless of where we are in the league, which is pretty ironic at the moment, but even if we were top of the league, hypothetically, we would still want to include this little section in because it's not specifically on the pitch, it's all around the club. Luckily for us, fortunately for us, it does revolve around the league table because surely, at the moment, the only way is up. Surely. However, we have to take into account that Saturday's game is crucial.
Yeah, Saturday's game is a massive game for the club. You know, facing bottom of the league, Stafford. I think they've only won one in their last 5 or 6.
Wow.
So again, they're in poor form like us. So screams 0-0 to be honest.
I mean, it does scream 0-0, especially with our defensive displays of
Yeah,
recent and
yeah.
our attacking disappearances of
Yeah.
recent. But I, as much as we were confident on Saturday with the South Shields game, the performance may not have been there. We did only lose 2-0 to a team that do seem to be running away with the league.
Yeah.
And we are still in progress. Michael Clegg said in the interview post-match that he is right about he's not going to change the side in 4 games.
True.
But he has.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that he has done something.
You can see the small changes that
Exactly.
he's implemented, definitely.
And so what has been in the past, surely, is going to improve as it has started to do so. Maybe not on the actual field because the results haven't been coming, but the performances are there, and I do feel very confident in saying that, like, on Saturday, we should get something out of this game. And we have to. We really have to.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very nerve-wracking game to watch. Been thrown in a bit in the deep end, haven't I?
Yeah. Main comms.
My first match of main comms will be at this game, so feel free to listen in. But I feel like this is something we should probably get, like, very much a demand almost. Is please come to watch the club. If you are having second thoughts about coming on Saturday, please get down because they could do with your support. The Robins need your help just as much as anyone would in such a situation where they're trying to go through a transition. Second bottom against bottom, like, where else is better to kickstart it?
Relegation 6-pointer, isn't it?
It is, because if we fail to win, if we fail to get anything out of the game, we are bottom with Stafford.
Yeah.
Regardless of the score changing who's where. Don't want to think about that. I really don't want to think about that.
No.
After Saturday, I want to be thinking about the fact that we are now 6 points clear from the bottom.
That would be a nice.
And I am optimistic. I do think that is the way we're playing. I do think that is possible. But we do need your support because we are supporters now. We love the club. We strive for them to win every game. We are so nervous. We travel to watch them. We travel to work, and all the way there, we're like,
we're gonna win.
What's gonna happen today? Yeah. Who's gonna play? We hope these win. We hope these do well and now it's not even a hope. It's like we actually think this can happen.
Yeah.
But we do need the support.
Definitely.
And we believe we've got it. We have got it. But Saturday is a big game, and no better way to show it than to turn up and support your club. So yeah, I am optimistic.
I'm very optimistic.
That actually leads on very nicely to what comes in the future, not only with the Stafford game, but with our next fixtures. We have, in our next 10 games, 7 of them are in the bottom half.
Bottom off the table, yeah.
Yeah, so, and that's for now, because of course there could be games that we've got in hand that could get put in.
Rearrange, yeah.
You know, the way the league works at the moment. But right now, on paper, we have, in our next 10 games, 7 of them are in the bottom half of the table. So the games, as Clegg said once again in post-match, these are games now we really need to win, because
Definitely.
he said like after the game, the 4 games we've had over Christmas have been like.
Well, you think about it, it's South Shields, Baseford, FC, and Stalybridge, who are all going for either the chasing South Shields or trying to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you think a new manager coming in after a team that we lost 4-0 to Nantwich and 3-0 to Radcliffe, think off the back of that, confidence is going to be really low. So coming into another 4 tough games is always going to be difficult. And something he did, I know we always allude to this, well, we keep alluding to this at the moment, the post-match interview. So go watch that. You know, it is on the channel.
He's a really good guy to
he
listen
is,
to.
Definitely. He knows his football.
Speaks his mind.
He speaks his mind.
Like, you will feel like he is one of you. Like, he is a
Exactly.
fan at the end of the day, because he wants the best for the club, and you can tell in his interviews, because he is not playing games with any media or anything. Everything he says is very honest, and
Yeah.
you can tell it.
Yeah. But yeah, what he said in that was he expected to get no points. The fact that we've acquired a point but also seen plenty of positives on the field, obviously South Shields aside, that was potentially a blip.
Well, the goal difference itself, like he said, if he said he didn't expect to get any points there, and it was more the games after, to have got the draw, to accumulate 1 point, and to only have a -4 goal difference in the 3 games we lost, is not bad at all.
No.
Especially like FC United, like we said off camera, it was a bit of a robbery.
Little bit.
We were a bit hard done by to get back into the game, and like with minutes remaining and for them to go and win it. That's what happens in games. The other game, Baseford game, I wasn't actually there,
I was there.
but it was 1 goal in it. And
One
as
goal
much as
in
we
it.
deserved it or not, we were 1 goal in it.
Again, another potential robbery. There was a foul in the middle
Really.
that gave them their 3rd goal.
Oh.
I think something important as well to take from that was before that game we hadn't scored like a goal in open play in like 500 minutes or
Yeah.
something daft. Clegg's come in his first game and broke that, which is massively important for not only the players' confidence but his own personal strives for the club. And you have seen improvements slowly but surely, and I think as well there's a lot of new players that have come in. You know, Ben Hardcastle, Michael Brewster, Craymon,
Keeper.
Stephen Rigby, Greg
Hartley.
Hartley, that's the one. So there has been a lot of new players come in, and it's obviously working out where they're going to play, what system,
yes.
where they fit in with the current squad. I think some players have excelled more than others. You think Ben Hardcastle, we've both been pleased by his performances so far. Wasn't the best against South Shields, but other than that he has been very impressive. I think as well, Greg Hartley, fantastic saves he made on Saturday, and in the FC game as well, he was really good.
They all have, even the players that he's come in to manage, like
Exactly.
they all have.
You've seen a lift
Exactly.
in everyone on the field. It's just the forwards at the moment who are just lacking that little bit of confidence. You feel if you can get that right and just sort something out where they can get a goal, especially Thames. If Stephen Thames can get a goal, get himself into that flow, because he'd done it last season at Ballard and was on fire. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's only the Welsh League, but still, to score goals at any level of football is impressive.
Maybe it's the service though, and that is something I've also noticed for the changing in formations in the past few games. Would suggest Clegg is still trying to find his perfect formation.
Definitely.
I think he knows back 4 is what he needs to do. It's just what formation goes on after that in the final third.
To build forward from
Exactly, because I think the Stalybridge game there were 3 with 1 behind, with 1 up top. Nothing really happened. I think Thames was the focal man up front, and nothing really was going. So they switched up, put 2 up top. That seemed to work. Albeit we didn't score, but there were chances created a lot more, and we were on the front foot.
Definitely.
Then we tried to start that against South Shields, and I think it was literally just the opposition we played
Yeah.
were clinical and were a lot stronger than we are at the moment, even if we were in our best form. They are a really good side, and so maybe the 4-4-2, which it seems to be he was playing,
Yeah.
maybe that wasn't the best thing because maybe one could have been further back or something. I don't know. At the end of the day, it does all revolve down to the fact that something's changing, and like I said earlier, the goal difference is being reduced.
Definitely.
As much as it's going up,
Yeah.
it's being reduced because South Shields to concede 2 goals. Maybe at half time, I got a bit of a vibe. Maybe he said just don't lose by more because we had a lot of the ball, but we didn't really do much with it.
We did, but I feel he was trying to get a goal.
Of
You
course,
could see that with
of
his
course.
substitutions, but just we did struggle to break them down
Yeah.
ultimately.
And he said in this famous post-match interview, where at the moment we've been going not to lose
Yeah.
rather than to win, and so to be 2-0 down so early on, like it's one of the positives on this in this topic that fits so nicely with the only way is up is the fact that one big change is made is they don't seem to concede under Clegg. Like Clegg has defended in his side through his side so that they're not conceding in the first half.
Yeah.
Like 3 of the 4 games, albeit the anomaly of South Shields,
Nice.
were half time were goalless, and of course the second half didn't go our way in 2 of those games, but at least there's some kind of formation that's been implemented there that is working. And of course we went down in 3 minutes or something against South Shields, so of course that was already out the window, and so things have to change.
Yeah.
But there is definitely something there, and you can definitely see like there is a change that's going to be made. So it's going to be interesting on Saturday because we're not playing a high team. We're playing.
Below us.
Are they out of form more than us, or are we out of? Is it very close?
Let me just take a look at my notes. I think they're higher in the form table
Are they?
because they've won in the last 6.
But of
we
course,
haven't.
we've had a tough run of fixtures,
Yeah.
and that if they have won, it's been 1 or 2.
It was a 2-0 win.
Was it?
I mean-
So, I mean, as much as we're chatting about that, we can't be sure. Like anything can happen on Saturday. We just have to hope for the best and go by what we've seen in the recent weeks, and that is that the only way is up.
Only way is up.
Surely.
Who,
But
who do you think their 2-0 win was over? If you had to pick anyone in the
if
league.
I had to pick anyone in the league, the first team I go for is Gainsborough, who are the place above us.
No.
But
Top half.
if I'm gonna just have a stab at that, I feel like I remember you saying that Radcliffe lost a few weeks ago. Was it Radcliffe?
It was Radcliffe. They lost
Radcliffe.
2-0 to Radcliffe.
See, that's if anything, that's worrying because Radcliffe were a very good side when we played them.
Definitely.
Maybe Tyree Sinclair went back to Mansfield.
Yeah, he just didn't fancy it, did he?
But yeah, no, that is a bit of a. Although we say that, but in this league there are some matches that you just like, how is that?
Exactly.
happening? Like the game I remember seeing a few months ago now was against Whitby at home, and they were second at the time,
Yeah.
and they beat us 1-0, and that was another robbery in the sense that everything was fair, but they scored 1 goal and we had chance after chance. We just couldn't put the ball in the net. It was one of those games where it's just like, it's just not going to happen today. And it's just like, on another day we would have won that quite comfortably, and yet they were second and we were in the bottom 5 or 6 at the time, I think. We were in the bottom half.
We were in the bottom
for
half of
sure.
the table, but there's been so many games like that.
Yeah.
Though you think back the Matlock draw earlier in the season, Matlock away in the FA Trophy.
Exactly, yeah.
The amount of games where we have been on top and just not been able to convert our chances.
Yeah.
It's been like, oh my god, surely the look's got to change at some point. I think as well going into this new year that it is, I think we can leave behind 2019 because it was a wretched year for Ashton. Only 6 home wins all season.
Yeah.
Not all season, sorry, all year, which is dire. It is really
Yeah, you
dire.
had to throw a friendly match in there.
Yeah, I had to throw, pretty much. It was only 3 league matches that we won in the whole of 2019, and looking at that, that is a very worrying sign. And I think going into this new year, it's kind of left that behind. Look, move on from that. Let's start fresh. And I think on New Year's Day we did that. Didn't quite work out against South Shields, but we've got another opportunity now against Stafford.
To have a New Year's resolution of let's put the past behind us against South Shields is cruel.
Yeah.
Very cruel. But
very.
it's what we had to do, and as much as it didn't happen, it doesn't mean it's all over. There's a lot of change that's still going to happen. There's over 20 matches still to play.
Definitely.
So there's a lot still to go, and there's a lot for you to still support as fans of Ashton United. So hopefully, all together, we can all support the team. And one thing that I would like to conclude this whole chat on today is, as fans, if you ever feel like you would like to have your say as well, or make your voice known, feel free to message us, and we will see what we can do, and maybe we could get you onto the show and have a chat as well, because this is a fan-based chat show.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is. We
Yeah.
just want to have a bit of fun, speaking about serious things that are going on in the league to do with Ashton, and out of the league. If there's anything you want to talk about to do with the Robins, feel free to let us know, because we will be more than happy to have you on the show. Hopefully we'll get someone big on there. I mean, you've had Craig Mann today.
Yeah.
I don't know. Say in the comments if you see any
Resemblance.
resemblance. That's the word.
I see it, mate. It's clear as daylight.
I mean,
I'll put the picture in so everyone can see it.
yeah.
The comparison. It's a good comparison.
But yeah, so we'll just be like, there it is. You can go side there, kind of. But anyway, I think that concludes today's
Yeah.
show. Do you have any final points? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. I'd just say any fans that are out there, do comment on social media or on the YouTube channel. We do need questions, and just support the team really.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Get behind Cleggy, get behind the club, because everyone needs you at the moment. The new players need to see what it is like at a Ashton home game that's not swarmed by away fans. Get behind the team.
Yes, definitely.
It's definitely needed.
Because there is the population in Ashton. There really is.
There is, and there is Curzon there, but no
Yeah.
one really wants to go watch them. So come to Earls Cross. It's much better.
It is. It really is, and you have the opportunity to get involved if you come. So please do. And finally, what stadium?
I have no idea, mate. I'm sorry.
The stadium is
Go on.
Marston Road. Do you know what team
Whose
that is?
stadium's that?
It's Stafford.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not played Stafford, haven't
Not
twice.
played Stafford twice. So
Right. Okay.
that is your stadium of the week, and we will be back with you shortly. We hope you've enjoyed our little show. So goodbye from Tom
Goodbye.
and from Craig Mann. Jake Matthew, thank you very much. This is Robin's Roundup.